Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Can We Talk R&B podcast with me, Nnamdi.
And I'm Questlove, apparently.
you actually you do look like him. I just
I read
I
I
just
read those comments. Somebody said I look like Questlove because of the afro, but whatever.
okay,
No,
okay.
I'm Omar. Omar, guys.
okay.
Welcome to Can We Talk?
Yes.
So what are we going to talk about today? I'm
Well, you know what?
excited.
Mary is going to be part of the Super Bowl weekend, and I
Yes.
just wondered her place in soul music history when we think about someone like Anita Baker, who's now recently got her master's back, and she has now come out of retirement, and she's going to be doing a series of concerts in Vegas over Memorial Weekend. So, if we were to do a versus, a
A
fictitious versus
versus.
battle between
Mhm.
Anita and Mary, who do you think would come on top?
Oh my, that's really hard. Um, and you know what the difference is? I think that unfortunately, I have to say, Mary, her career is kind of outlasted. It's
Anita.
this span longer than Anita. Anita's kind of in the '80s, early '90s,
Yeah.
and you know Mary J. Blige, she's been rocking ever since '92. She's been doing it, so it's hard to say because Anita has such a loyal and dedicated and consistent fan base,
Yeah.
and she's just been a staple, a staple on adult contemporary um charts, and she's clearly probably sold more records. But it's something about Mary. I think Mary something about Mary. There's something about Mary that she's got the hoods, she got the hearts of, you know she's got the hearts of the fans, I believe. So I don't know. It's really
well,
hard. It's a toss up, but
yeah, Mary did has always said that she sang Anita Baker's
she
I think
did.
Sweet Love for her audition for Andre. So that's and that her that album sort of sustained her through some tough times. And then people would say, well, they're different genres and everything.
Yeah,
But
are.
if you're doing a versus and you have 20 songs versus 20 songs, it doesn't matter if you go up tempo or not. A song is against a
Right.
song, because Teddy Riley and Babyface, there wasn't an even matchup. Because if Teddy had gone with his dance and in his club bangers, and even if Babyface had played his sort of smooth slow sound, we would have just been looking at the songs and what they meant for us. So for me, there's something timeless with Anita Baker with her songs,
Yes.
and her voice, and it's almost like an auntie trying to, like your mom when you fall down, you hit your knee, and she picks you up and says it's all going to be okay.
The soothing, yes.
That's how Anita
But
comes across.
what you're doing, you're setting up a versus that's putting generation against generation. Because I don't think it's fair. But as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, what song does Mary J. Blige have against Sweet Love? Like I can't think of any song that she has that stands up against Sweet Love.
They may
What's
say
that other
my
song?
life. They may see my
If I
life.
could, I give you the world. What's that song?
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Running all around you. What is that song? I can't remember the name of it, but that's another one that I hear all the time, and I'm like, what does um Mary have against that song? Like, I mean, there's certain songs that are just massive, successful hits that stick in our head that we can't. I can't think of any song that Mary has alone
Yeah, even when
that
she
can go
came
up
up with
against that.
"I Apologize" and "Give Me the Best That I Got,"
I
call it
don't know about
back.
I apologize. I think there's a couple of songs that
Uh,
Mary can knock out with that,
okay,
but
no,
But
but
yeah, giving you the
yeah,
best that I got is
give
another one.
you the best
I love that song. But see, with Mary, she has albums that are consistent. Like I think that, I love Anita. I don't know that a full length album. I don't know that she has a full length album that has the consistency of Mary's, because Mary, she just has a whole mood and a whole vibe with her albums, and in the beginning anyway. So it's hard. It's really hard. And like I said, I love Anita. Obviously Mary's a little closer to my time, my era. but I was introduced to Anita in the early 90s as, as a young teenager, and
Mm.
I actually could appreciate Anita before Luther, because I was telling somebody in the
Oh,
comments that I couldn't get into like Luther until I was until I was 21.
okay.
Like, it was just like his music, I was like, this is boring. Why is he singing so slow? But now, but
But
no,
yeah, but the thing about, say, if you talk about Luther, and they are sort of once in a lifetime type of singers. There's no imitation with them.
mhm,
Their vocal and their style. You don't, Ruben tried to sort of imitate that and be a baby Luther, but you just can't. Luther was
right.
in a category of his own. Anita too, because she fused jazz with R&B, and
She's in a
and and
category of her
and
own.
and she's a category of her own. People might say, okay, we could have done a verses with Anita and Sade because they, in a sense, have that type of eclectic type of sound.
Hmm.
Um, but the reason why I'm talking about Anita and Mary is because they they both endure to our hearts, and they tend to win these polls when people, there's
Hmm.
Anita, yeah,
Yes.
they go for, oh, Mary, but it's very rarely, they've never been head to head, and I don't know
Yeah.
if yeah, how I do it. But guys, your thoughts, if you were to do a verse, if you witnessed the verse between Anita and Mary, who would you vote for? Who would you think it has more timeless classics? I know Mary has a lot more albums that have, I mean, she's even come out with a new album that she's launching tomorrow, so
Yeah.
on Friday. So it's not, she's still singing, and she's still holding it down. Um, but yeah, I guess it's a personal
It's
choice
gonna
of,
just determine, like I said, if we actually visually saw, and this is the thing, this is another part of it too, because part of the verses is live performance now.
yeah,
So, they've included that. So with that alone, I think Anita's got it. I just think that I don't know that Mary can match up to what she's done in the past. Um, and I think that Anita's still vocally intact and she can still sing those songs.
yeah.
And again, it's once we hear those songs, when she brings out fairy tales or giving you the best that I got,
Hmm.
or I'm mad that I can't think of that song that Layla Hathaway, she actually remade it and made it a big song. But I love, that's actually one of my favorite from her. She did one with Chapter 8, I believe, that I really used to love. I think it was called, oh, I think, was that Rapture?
No, that was caught up in a
I don't know.
rapture.
Okay, well, Caught Up in the Rapture. Yeah, okay. But there was one she did with Chapter 8. I can't remember. I think it was like her first song. I love that song too. So, anyway, those are just like monster songs that you can't. I don't know how Mary can win that battle, but I wouldn't bet my money in my wallet on it. But maybe, I would,
So there's
you know,
no one in the world. You bring me
no one
joy.
in the world.
Uh,
You bring me joy. Let's bring
yeah.
those out. It's like I have to hear it because
Same old
I
love, 365
same
days.
old love. I love that song
Yeah.
too.
Angel.
And
I
then,
think I think the song you're thinking of is Angel. Yeah.
Angel, that's it. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that
Yeah,
title.
you're
But yeah,
my
that's one of my favorites. And
angel.
I don't know that Mary would want the battle. I think she reveres her. I think she
Yeah, no, she
respects
does. Yeah,
Anita,
she
and
was,
she
yeah.
probably wouldn't.
No, no,
But
yeah. But it's
it'll
just,
be interesting.
yeah, it would
But I
be.
don't.
I think, because her best of has 16 tracks in it, and as I said, you listen to Anita, and it just warms you up. I mean, Mary takes you through the mood. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that
Yeah,
My
she
Life
do.
album
And she
was
got up tempos too.
yeah,
So
yeah. So it'll be interesting. But guys, you give us your thoughts, and you might think it's an unfair matchup, and I'm not saying it isn't, but it's just
life
more
isn't
so.
fair. Let's
It's
do it.
it's just like putting two cultural icons, because Mary, whatever,
Yes.
she is a cultural icon. She has really held it steady since from the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, and 2020. She's an icon, and
I mean, if
Anita
they can
as
put,
well.
Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills, I mean, there's certain people that don't really mix. They
Yeah,
can do that. They can do Anita and Mary J. I
yeah,
think so.
yeah. So let us know what your thoughts are, and as I said, it's all love. We love them both, and it just be interesting and fun, I guess.
Right. All right, guys. I'll be reading those comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Catch us next time.
Thanks again for watching, guys.
And before we go, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
Yeah. And also remember to turn on the notification so you can know when we have another show. But thanks again.
That too.